Hello and welcome back to Factorio and Space Age. So we need to do some revision today of the spaceships and their schedules and their loadouts, I think. I need some water. Or coffee. Coffee would be nice. Anyway. Looking at this, it seems like green inserters are the biggest issue as of right now. I'm not sure we're processing this quick enough. I think we're gonna have some spoilage issues here. I did add another one of these. Because frankly, I don't think we had enough jelly nut before. And with the priority going in here, this should be eventually filling up, maybe. It's gonna be pretty close. But we're gonna have to let this run for a bit. For now, these are actually doing pretty well. Which is good to see. Maybe we solved that problem with the legendary inserters. This guy is getting slowly built. Yeah, okay. That's cool. So what we're gonna do is... I'm gonna replace these with stack inserters, because that was a pretty significant problem here. And then we're also gonna add a little bit more trash capability here. Or this guy. So we should be able to vent this belt kinda quickly. I'm hoping that to be the case at least. Looking at ammo and everything, it's gonna take some time for this ship to get ready. You know, I'm seriously wondering if we could incorporate what we did here somehow. But I don't think so. Maybe on the sides of that ship, but I don't know if that's gonna be... I don't know if that's gonna be a thing. Okay, good. You're actually here. This is one of the ships that I wanted to fiddle with. I like the idea of the interplanetary infrastructure being handled by one ship. I think that's a great way to do it, and I think that's the way we are going to do it. Now, I think that we have updated this blueprint fairly recently. I'm hoping, because that's the... we can take this away, actually. I'm gonna send this to the surface here. Boom. Okay, so we're just gonna do real quick. Send everything down except the solar panels, I think. Okay, and then I don't know how the shape of the ship is gonna be different, but we'll do that. We'll take this. We're gonna send that. Ooh. No. This needs to come back, please. And we need this. Oh, no. No, 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 no. We'll send that later. Oh. We're gonna build the ship first. Now, there are some improvements I'd like to make to this ship. Gonna rename some of these things a little bit here, yeah? So Novice to Gleba. Manual Express. That's kind of what we had before. This guy is Novice to Volcanus. BSG Chunk. Then we have Novice to Bulgara. Bronchosaurus Rex. Unfortunately, I think this list is a bit too small. That's a bit sad. And then we have this is the ship that's gonna have the biggest change to their function. So we're gonna go from Novice to Aquilo. It will be Aquilo Express. We'll have these 4 ships. And then we will have this guy, who will be all of them. I'll just do this. Interplanetary logistics. Boom. So he's gonna go freaking everywhere. So this is gonna make a little bit more sense in my head, I think. It's okay. This is building slowly. This is also building, so we're building 2 separate ships right now, which is not a good idea. We're not getting those. Wait, I think we're not getting those because I took away that schedule now. Yup. I think I did an oopsie here. I think I did an oopsie. Can you do me a solid? And can you pick up some of this? Temporarily, please. From here. That would be really good. Okay, so interplanetary logistics, okay. I think we're gonna go with inactivity instead of past. To make this a little bit more fluid. I don't know if 60 seconds is the correct number, but I'm gonna start with that. I think we're gonna cut down on this later. I think we're gonna cut down on this later. And this ship also is gonna have to get its fuel from Aquilo, which is probably the most annoying part of it. Yeah, you are getting the belt, so we'll be fine. We'll be fine. We have a ship that's capable of going there, so that's okay. Other than that, I think what we also want to do here is, for example, here, I think we'll take it down to 30 seconds of inactivity. I feel like waiting for 2 minutes is not a good idea. We'll see how this works. Also, I want to change the schedule on this. The reason being, this is 50 minutes. Which is... I don't know how long it's gonna take us. Honestly. But 3,600 would be 60 minutes, right? So 1,800 should be 30 minutes. Which means that we should, in theory, have about 30 minutes to vent these belts. So I think what happened before was there was 10 minutes left, and this was just being a bit too slow, and then we ended up not being able to vent the belt. Unfortunately, this here is gonna have to wait a little bit now. What would we be interested in right now? Catching this up to 17 would be a good idea, honestly. Because then we'd be 17, or 16, sorry. Then we'd be 16 laser weapon, physical, and explosives. I feel like railgun damage is a little bit of a meme, but once you get further out into the, towards the shattered planet, because these have, you need to do more than, it's like 14k damage per shot, right? So if you do 14,000, you get minus 3,000, and then you do, yeah, no, that's, so if you do 14,000 damage, if my calculation is correctly, it's gonna remove 3,000 damage first, which is 11,000, and then 10% of that, or we're gonna do 0.9 times 11,000, which is 9,900. So to be safe, we'll do 15,000 damage, roughly, minus 3,000 times... Oh, I calculated. 15,000 minus 3,000 times 0. Times... yeah, that's 12,000 times 0.9, which is 10,800. At that point, we should be one-shotting the Promethium things. Now, this is only 40% increased damage. So we're gonna have to do a couple of these. We'll do them after we're done with that. So interplanetary logistics man. Is struggling a little bit. Yeah, we are completely out of the Space Platform Foundation, which is funny to me. Yeah, we are catching some of these now. But it's gonna be one long while before before this ship gets running. That's gonna be a long while. Well, whatever, dude. So we want to do 16. And then we want to try and see if we can get some railgun damage up. Because it's gonna help with survivability out there. A little bit. Okay, how's Gleba doing? That's still doing well. I feel like we probably want to do this from here as well. We have 8 of those. It's not amazing, but we're getting some. We're gonna have to make this build significantly larger later. So the thought is that this ship is gonna be able to sustain all the other planets and their requests. And these will only work to transport things from those planets to Novice specifically. So we're gonna have to really go through here. Yeah, and then we have this here. This is kind of the thing that I wanted to do with interplanetary guy. We're gonna have to go through that manually. That also means that each of these ships will be able to carry significantly more of their respective resource. Because we have a lot of room, right? Which is fine. So, how are we doing here? That's not going so well, is it? And you need a lot more of these belts, man. You need 800 of those. Okay. So 30 seconds of inactivity. Let's monitor and see how this is gonna go. Because now we're requesting a bunch of things here. I'm gonna do a small stopwatch on my trusty phone when we arrive. Because 30 seconds of inactivity and actual time it takes to load up the ship with whatever we need from a specific planet is not exactly the same. So we're gonna be arriving here, let's say, about now. And this inactivity counter is gonna restart every time something lands on the ship, or every time the ship sends something, if I understood it correctly. Yeah, so we're getting these deliveries at the same time, which is good. But we'll easily be here 1 minute, because we've already been here 30 seconds. So I think 30 seconds of inactivity might be too much. Yeah. Okay, and then we're still waiting for this, and it's gonna reset another time. Right, and we've already been here 1 minute in 5 seconds. And there we reset that again. So this is gonna be 1.5 minutes spent here. I think we definitely just go down to 10 seconds of inactivity. Hopefully we'll have enough fuel production. That's the main issue. Fuel or ammo production on the ships. If that can keep up, we'll be good. But I think so. I really think so. But 10 seconds of inactivity does sound a little bit better. So we're gonna do the same thing here. We'll add 10 seconds. And we'll add 10 seconds of that. Boom. There we go. So that means that the schedules are a little bit more fluid than before. We can do this. But that part I really don't like about this ship. I'll be honest. Okay, and we'll need a little bit of fluorocaton to jumpstart the ship. This still needs 900 space platform. Okay. I think you dropped off all the things that you needed to drop off. It does go kinda quickly, like I don't exactly want to idle there if I don't need to. That's also something that we might have to revise. I'm gonna add more cargo bays on this ship, because this is gonna be our mule. Hopefully that works out well. We need to empty this in there. I think we'll do that. And we can request the power now. For some reason we don't have pipe either on Novice. And this is super weird to me. Why we don't have pipe, man? Oh, we're using it for something. Okay. Okay, we need to We need to go with that pipe. For sure. Send it. We need to send it. How are we doing up here? Oh, this has actually stalled out. Wait, where did you spend all of that? How many have you made? Not that many. How many have you made? There's no way. How many did we make in total? I don't trust this exactly. Not sure. Well, you should technically have made an excess of 2,000 of this. Where the hell? Oh, I'm stupid. Because this is an active. Why did I do that? Hello? Yeah, so we have 3.6k of that in the logistic system. Okay. I thought I put that to a passive provider chest, but clearly I did not. So how are we doing on the pipes? Yeah, we can probably do 5k pipes instead. Because why not? Okay, so we are sending the pipes here, which is great. I think you have received all of the space platforms that you need. Fuel looks absolutely fine. Okay, so okay. I don't think we need to get more, really. We can delete that, I think. That's gonna make 44 per second, which is insane. We can then remove that. Yeah, so we're gonna have to revise this a little bit. This is not gonna look super terrific, but Wait, what? Thank you. That makes a little bit more sense. We'll do that. Okay, this kinda annoys me, but... yeah. That's a lot of storage space, I think. It's probably gonna be enough, right? Okay, we'll take that out. It's probably gonna be full. This is a little bit too much even, probably. We can probably delete that. We'll have a bit of an extra in there, but that's fine. We are just min-maxing this at this point. This does not look particularly good, but... we are min-maxing the storage. Which is fine. Don't think we have enough of these. Yeah. What are we missing to craft more? Legendary processing units. And you're missing green circuits. And you are missing... guessing iron. Like, if I had to guess, iron is the bet. Okay. So that brings us to this bad boy. I've been meaning to take a look at this and increase the width of this to catch more asteroids and thus produce more things. It should be fairly easily to expand. However, I really need to finish these other two ships before. Otherwise, we can probably just mega forget that. Okay, you are getting your thing. It's a bit unfortunate. Wait, you have those? Oh, it's the blue ones that you're missing. That's fine. And this ship is starting to get the ammo. We've gotten a little bit of fuel. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I don't think you are ready to move to Volcanus, because that's where you're gonna have to go next. until we have some red ammo, we're not going to be moving anywhere. Because that's just not gonna... that's not gonna be the thing. Okay. I think we do this. And I think we do... building materials. That's gonna be your thing. So, belts. We're doing belts like this, right? And then same with this. And then splitters as well. And then from volcanoes, so we can remove these things. Productivity modules we already have. Turrets and repair packs. We can do that as well. We have repair pack already. And we have turrets as well. Okay. So this is looking pretty decent, yeah? But we need to rearrange in here quite a lot, I think. So all the military stuff can go to one thing. So I want to find things in this group easily. Yeah, so... There we go. Boom. So this guy wants to recycle belt from novice. Like this. I think 5,000 belts and at least 250 of these is a good idea. So we already have these. That's great. We have the bots as well. And I'd like 50 of the legendary things. Anything else connected to logistics network that we want to get in here? Do we want normal bots? I don't think so. I think we're past that point, but normal roboports can still be good because if we want to expand quickly and like outside of the main part of the base, I don't think we want to spend legendary roboports instantly. Probably not, yeah. So we can do that. That looks pretty decent. In terms of inserters, yeah, we're making those on Gleba, so you want to get them from Gleba. You also want to get 200 of the legendary ones. These are basic materials. They definitely should be coming down here a little bit. Okay, so we definitely want like 250 long and 250 legendary long. I'll just do 250 of each inserter. Not 257 though. Boom. I think we'll do 200 of each bot. Eventually, maybe we want to get these in legendary, but I don't feel like we're there quite yet. We can put modules here as well. We can do this. I think we probably want 500 of the non-legendary versions. We can do 500 of each module, actually. Because if we're just using this ship, we're not gonna have a huge stockpile anywhere, right? So that's kind of fine. After that, we can do our things. I have substation somewhere. Am I blind? Pretty sure I don't. Filter in slot 49. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's that one. Okay, done. We can also do a normal this. And then we want to do a big power pole. Probably legendary big power pole as well. Okay, I'm just gonna put the pipes here. That's okay. We'll put pumps there as well. So that's kind of fluid related. So we still try to keep some organization here. This is Volcanus machines. This is space related stuff. I don't know where to put that. This is basic things. That's kind of logistics related. Okay, so legendary furnaces, legendary pump jacks. Probably gonna need those. This is the special things. We want the non-legendary version as well. Non-legendary version. Legendary. Anything else this is only relevant on Fulgora. There's no reason for me to get that anywhere else. We're gonna get the legendary beacons. Probably 100. Right. Probably 100. And then this is military things. I'd like to get these from Akilo. I don't think there's any reason to transport the legendary pieces for this. I'm gonna put that here. I don't know where to put this. I really don't know. We'll do the circuit. We'll do the plates. This is like rando stuff. This is concrete and bricks related. Right. We probably just want to do this as well, right? There's no point in the other ships also doing this. So we'll have legendary steel, copper plate, iron together with that. Well, we could do this. This is also novice related. This... yeah, whatever, dude. That's fine. I'm pretty sure we have all those things, yeah. That's fine. Okay, let me check these. We can remove that. We don't need to do these anymore. This we can move. This we can probably remove as well. So I just want you to do science and raw materials, you know? Anything else is like not gonna be a thing, right? So you are already getting those from Volcanus where they're made. Right. Okay, we want to stop here. I need to dump these things out from this. That's fine. So you have science, you have tungsten plate, tungsten carbide, and calcite. And like right now you're like a third full. So let's increase your thresholds to 10k of each. That's fine. apparently we were also doing legendary engine units. Which I find interesting. Okay, so you're doing the normal materials, and you are done with that. We can send you back, yeah. How are we doing here? Fuel is not really doing a good job. Well, ammo is like way far from being done. This guy, though, is probably ready to do like the first voyage, I think. Let's send you to Volcanus. I want to see how you're gonna be doing. Should be fine, right? We really need to catch a bunch of these asteroids. You should be clapping these small asteroids really quick. Yep. That's pretty good. Okay, so far so good. We're about to stop here. I'm gonna pause your thrust. So on Volcanus, we're requesting all these different belts, the modules, stack inserters we have. Stack inserters we have. We have the modules. We need uranium ammo. We don't have that. Actually. I want to test something. I can't spell request. Volcanus request test. Let's say we do 100 steel on legendary. Yeah, we don't need that. No. These things that we're not really using, fuck off. Huh. Huh. Man, my mind just fucking got blown, dude. My mind just fucking got blown, dude. So what we're gonna be doing... What we're gonna be doing is completely fucking different. Man, okay, why did I not do this from the beginning? Cool. So these are things that this planet needs, right? Now, for example, legendary carbon Legendary refined concrete. Not 10. But 100. How does that work if it's conflicting? I don't know, but let's see. Let's see. Okay. Because this is fucking blowing my mind right now. Let's say 200 of this. 200 of this. 50 of that. 50 legendary miner. 50 legendary radar. And 50 legendary recycler. Okay. And then... oh, we can also do... yeah, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. We'll do that. We'll do uranium ammo. Like 1k. 2k foundation. And you're sending so many rockets, it's blasting my ears, dude. 200 of this. Okay. Boom. And then Volcano's request test, we can remove that. So all we really need to do here, and I'm curious to see, actually, because obviously some of these planets are gonna need the same stuff, right? And I'm wondering if that's gonna, how that's gonna work. Right, but we'll find those on the default planets, I think. Yeah. Okay, this is really cool. Like, this is really cool. So then we can do the belts as well. Not the green one. And then we can do these. Man, I just fucking blew my own mind here. So we can remove that. And then, I mean... we probably want all the different modules here, right? We have so many modules now, this should not really be an issue. We can remove that. So the question is, if I change the layout here, for example, if I wanted this to be here, Is that gonna reflect in the thing here? Yes, it is. Like, that's not a huge problem, right? Honestly. The only planet we can't do this with is Novice, because then we'll start requesting the research as well, and we don't want to do that. Well, technically we can just do science request group, actually. Man, this makes it... This makes it a lot fucking easier, dude. Huh. Man, mind fucking blown. Like, actually mind blown. Holy fuck, though. Because this is gonna automate most of this for me. Actually. Anyway. So on Novice, then. Right. Okay, so we'll do Novice Science. Okay. Because these are the requests that we are not... This is everything that we're not making. This is Space, Volcanus, Gleba, Fulgora, Kilo, and the Space Boy thing. Right? So then we just migrate these things to here. I forgot Gleba somehow. Can I put this back? Is this too long or what? Oh, okay. That. We'll do that instead. Whatever, dude. So, Volcanus, Fulgora, Gleba. Boom. Aquilo. And 400,000 Promethium. So, my thought here is We can do this. We can do this. You're only gonna go here, so you don't really give a shit. Real, right? If I go in here and change this to 24k, which it should be. Like that. You are gonna import this from Volcanus and be really happy. Cool. This means that this ship can ignore the science, and then so we can do Volcanus requests raw materials. And that's gonna be calcite. It's gonna be tungsten carbide. And it's gonna be tungsten plate. Like that. I think we'll do 10k of each. Like this. Anything else from Volcanus? Probably not. And then we'll have just the normal one that we did for the other planet, right? No. Novice request. Like this. And this is gonna be the equivalent, right? So this is gonna be Holmium Legendary. This comes from Space Platform. I'll leave that there. I'm gonna do 100 of this. 100 of this. That also comes from the Space Platform above Novice. So we can do that. We need belt. 2k, for example. 200 underground. At 200 splitters. Boom, boom, boom. We need big mining drills. We need legendary big mining drills. We need foundries. We need legendary foundries. We need recyclers. And legendary recyclers. We need cryogenic plants. Legendary cryogenic plants. We need superconductors. No, that's... I would count this as raw material. We need electromagnetic plants. And electromagnetic plants legendary. Boom. We do need supercapacitors though. And we need fusion power cells. Like 500 of those. So the fusion power is the thing that I think might fuck this up. We can do legendary spoilage as well. Like 2k of that. This here is mostly a safety mechanism. We can do railgun turrets. We can do fusion reactor, fusion generator, legendary stack inserter, bot 1000, quantum processor. These are all raw materials that I would be putting on their respective ship, I think. So if we go back here now, like this is the same, right? Oh, okay, so that's how it works. Okay. So this gets added. That gets added, okay. That's interesting. So if we go to novice now, I'm just really interested in figuring out how this works. This is a great function. Holy shit. My mind is absolutely blown. The fact that I have played this for 300 hours almost, or 250 at least, and I did not think of or discover this. I do not feel like a smart person. But that means that these are gonna be added, yeah. Okay. So that's interesting. That's a very good way of doing that, actually. So we can remove the belt stuff from here, actually. Because that's gonna all be handled there. So we can just do this. We can throw away that category completely. Because that's just gonna be handled by this instead. Interestingly enough. Right? Jesus Christ, my mind is actually blown. Okay, so we're gonna do a Fulgora request. So you're gonna need 500 belt, 50 underground, 50 splitters. We'll remove that. You're gonna need 100 of these. 20 of the respective mining drills. We've set 100 roboports here. 100 repair packs. 50 legendary bolts. Of each kind. 10 of the cargo pods on legendary. Legendary batteries, apparently. Legendary steel. Legendary gear wheels. Legendary superconductors. Legendary... What was that? This. Legendary that. Normal. That, but 2k. Foundation, 500. Rocket fuel, 500. Legendary substations, 50. 20 offshore pumps. $50 of each. 50 of each of those. We'll have 20 beacons. We'll have 20 foundries. And chemical plants. Why do we have chemical plants? Hello? Thank you. 500 engines. $1,000 pipe. Interesting. 500 bricks. 500 refined concrete. 50 underground pipe. 50 legendary chemical plants. Not 50 ton. 20 legendary foundries. Legendary assembling machines. Legendary roboports. Then we'll have the inserters. Legendary, non-legendary, stack, legendary refined concrete, legendary concrete, the chests. I'll just do this. We'll have all of them. Then the modules. We'll do that. Perfect. Like, I know this is not super duper well organized, but like if we can just put these things like semi where they belong. Where did logistics robots go? Like here. We can do this. And then normal chemical plant. The inserters. Gonna leave that one open because we're gonna need that later. We should maybe have some room for that. We can leave that. Do pipe next to each other. Repair pack. Like, this is just for me so I can see a little bit easier what the hell that I'm requesting on the respective parts. We have some legendary materials down here. Okay, that's pretty decent. So we'll do Novice, Volcanus, Volgora request. Now, not all of these are gonna be working completely, because they're not gonna know what planet we actually have things on. Which is gonna be the annoying part of this, too. Kind of figure out. Okay, so we go over to Gleba. We say Gleba request. Boom. But I wish I could drag these to the other category. Wait. Okay. No! No, that was definitely not what I wanted to do. Can I undo? No. No, that's not what I wanted to undo. Fuck! Ugh, that sucks. Okay. Well, I tried to 5-head that, but that did not work. Okay, so we're gonna need the belts. We're gonna need... we're gonna need roboports. Boom. We're gonna need roboports and bots. Gonna need these as well. Like so. You can put in the alarm, because we need that for the reactor setup. No. Okay. Wait, we need underground pipe as well, right? For some reason we don't have that. We need bricks. We need landfill. Biolabs we absolutely don't need. We need these. We need these. We need these. No, fuck. We need this. We need this. I think it's the normal rockets that we're using. Yes, it is. I just wish I could change that and then it would save. That would have been so convenient. We need this, a lot of that. We need the rocket parts. Pretty sure we need the rocket fuel as well, right? Because I don't think we're making any here. So this is to send rockets. I don't know why we would use that here anymore. I don't think we need that. We need engine pipe. Concrete. Steel. Need this. We'll need engines. We have pipes. Pipes, concrete, steel. Pipe, concrete, steel. Pipe, concrete, steel. Steel is the thing that I'm looking for. There we go. We need assembling machines. We need the reactor. We need heat pipe. Heat exchanger. This. A beacon. This. Repair pack. Substation. Normal bulk inserters, maybe. Ah, man, I don't like this part at all. So this is like 500 maybe. We can do 900. This we can do 600. Okay. So this is gonna be Galiba request. I want to get these in the same order as they come in here. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Well. Man, so this is gonna also just regulate how much this is gonna carry. I think this is one of the best things that I've discovered for some time. That being said, you absolutely need the modules as well, you know. All the qualities. Okay. Is cool. Then we're gonna do the last one. Just a kilo request. Boom. Then we go to a kilo, add section. Boom. Easy clap. We're gonna need a little bit of belt. A little bit of these. Some of these. Some of these. Gonna need this. Okay. Roboports. Legendary roboports. Legendary bolts. Legendary substations. We'll have inserters of both qualities. Stack inserter. This on legendary. This on legendary. 5,000 stone. Okay. Recycler we have. Uranium fuel cell. I don't think we need that anymore. Heat pipe we definitely need, yeah. $500 rocket fuel. We'll do 600 low density structures. We'll do beacons. We'll do pumps. We'll do steel. 1K. We'll do this. This probably 900, yeah. This, I don't think we'll need that many. 1K holmium. We need all the modules here as well. So we're gonna do this. We need refined concrete a little bit. Same with pipe. Concrete. Superconductor. Carbon. These as well. And this. There we go. That should be the Aquilo thing done. Now, I really need to go through this a little bit here. This, for example, we're making a novice. Which is a bit annoying. Okay. We have way too many modules for what I'm requesting from different planets, but that's not too bad actually. No, this is from Gleba, thank you. Yeah, that sounds fine. That's fine. Right, we need to do custom minimum payload on these. Yep. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That's from a kilo, that's from that's from a kilo as well. That's from that, but it needs a custom minimum payload. That's from that. That should be okay. Those are all made there. That's made there. Legendary stack inserter is actually made on Novice. Oh, it's not. It's made on Gleba. Never mind. I'm stupid. This we can get from Novice. This... I don't know if we... I don't think we can get this. Find concrete. That's from Novice. Novice. Yeah, right. We need... Oh, this doesn't need a custom minimum payload. This does. This also does. Oh, that doesn't. 200. 200. 50. This is fine, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine. Don't care about these. Really? Recycling from novice mainly. This should be fine as well. This we've already done. This needs a custom payload. I don't think that needs a custom payload. Where else did I need the legendary superconductor? It's here. Boom. I think we'll make 250. No, this is 500. This is 500 as well. This is 1,000. That's fine. That's fine. Holmium comes from Fulgora. I know I have legendary holmium here somewhere as well. Here. Yeah, we've already done that. Okay, so maybe this ship is now fairly ready to go. I'm sure we'll find some problems with this scheduling bullshit. I'm gonna put this down to 20 seconds of inactivity. We'll be fine. What are you waiting for right now? We're sending some shit down. Maybe we do 10 seconds, yeah. We'll see. This might be a tight schedule for this guy to do. Good. Okay, mind fucking blown, dude. So. Now we needed to take a look here, yeah? This is... this guy. Wait. Yeah. So we need to do this and remove this. Perfect. Fungal Express. Yeah. Gleba. Request. Raw materials. So this is going to be 16k normal bioflux. Normal bioflux. It's going to be 1k normal spoilage. No, this is a safety mechanism. So we can keep that up there. It's going to be 5,000 of that, and that's the only things that we really want to get from Gleba. Actually. So if we do this and we do these are not used. Not used. Not used. Gleba raw materials. No. Novice science. Okay, this guy. That's a bit... Okay, yeah, so that does update for everyone, so we're not gonna leech off Novice. Right? That's fine. That's completely fine. Okay, and then we go in here. We don't really need that. What we need is the science thing. And we're gonna need this, but Fulgora. Raw materials. Boom. And that's gonna be like here as well. We put that in here. This is gonna be this. It's gonna be that. And it's gonna be holmium. Ulmium. Where's my boy holmium? We'll do 2 stacks. I don't know. We do 10k of each. That would be good. Have that, we have that. Boom. That's the safety thing. This is the a kilo raw materials. So we'll go a kilo. Request raw materials. And that's gonna be 10k of that. And it's gonna be 100 of fluoroketone. Both of them. Okay. And then we go to a kilo express. Right. So I don't particularly care about this, right? Oh, I have 2. Why do I have 2? We'll do the short version, please. Okay. I don't really want these unassigned groups here. So you have fusion power. You should probably request that, yeah. You have fusion power. You're also gonna do science. And you're gonna do a kilo raw materials. Perfect. This is gonna be this one. You are doing your thing. This is gonna be this one. You are doing your thing. That's already done. This is gonna be this. We'll do remove that. That. Then we have our new groups there. Okay. Well, that took a long ass time to do that. However, now I can very easily adjust the requests that I'm doing by just requesting from the specific planet. Right? If I want some more stuff here from the different planets, I can easily do that. And this here is from this guy, right? So that's kind of fine. My biggest worry, actually, is this guy. Should probably not have this, right? I think I'll turn this off. And we probably want 2k of this, right? A little bit concerned that this is not doing its thing. Okay, right. We don't have... Okay, we don't have enough of that. Okay, well that makes sense. So if you go back to Novice... Well, you're gonna want 1500 of that fuel, right? I don't know how much we have, but that should be fine. If we let this run for a bit, I'm pretty convinced that this is gonna work out pretty well. This is gonna be a huge... it's gonna simplify our space logistics so much over time. We take a quick look here at Galiba. Yeah, that sounds about right. This is working fairly well, but Galiba needs way more than this. And now, that was as easy as adjusting this, and now we'll get 600 bulk inserters on this ship from Novice, which is great. Other than that, this egg production is still going 100% strong. We are missing... this guy. You actually have your thing now. Not bad, not bad. I'd like to take a moment at some point to empty out the ships so they only get the things that they need to be getting, right? Hopefully we'll have enough fusion power to kind of go the full length here. I think we'll go rocket part productivity for a couple of researches here. We should have enough to get going with that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for watching and have a really nice day.